dude, like I said, like I work in sales, and no disrespect at all. I mean, I think you could do a lot better if you kind of just like tighten up a little bit on just your dialogue with the way that you're describing things.
Okay.
I mean, if I wasn't open to this shit, I would have hung up the phone like pretty much right off the bat. I don't know if you get a lot of hang-ups or whatever.
How I describe things?
No, just maybe being just maybe more straightforward and just like a little bit higher level of professionalism. But again, no disrespect at all. I'm not trying to like bash you at all. I'm just saying I work in sales. I do similar kind of stuff as this.
Yeah.
You know, I work with different companies, and I don't know if you just do this or if you got other things that you do on the side or whatever. But
yeah, that's like the main shit. I also paint on rocks and try to sell them for like thousands of dollars. Would you like to buy one?
So my link, I'll check it out.
For sure. For sure. We'll do that. For sure we'll do that. Okay. That was my first pitch. How do you think that went?
That was trash, man. I'm not gonna lie to you.
What made it trash?
You said you paint on rocks.
Right, I paint on rocks.
Say,
like,
okay, check this out. So if you were to say like, hey man, you know, I'm into, you know, renewable forms of art, and I'm, you know, not looking to use, you know, paper or, you know,
some artsy fartsy stuff for real, like
stuff that's gonna be taken from like our natural resources of like trees and so forth. And I do my artwork on rocks and different natural forms of medium. Would you be interested in checking that out? Instead of saying I sell rocks that I paint on for thousands of dollars.
I'm gonna be real with you. There's like two different ways that's selling. You know what I mean? Like if we're being straight up, someone would be like, thousands of dollars. Let me see what's going on. Let me see what's up with these rocks. But I can also see where it's like from a more eco-friendly, like.
It's just how you want to pitch it. It's getting people's attention, right?
For real.
And if you're just being very like, I sell rocks,
blatant about like the cash
really
grab.
Interesting.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely understand. Nice. That's really cool.
But no, for real, if you do sell rocks, like I totally get down and check them out.
No, I definitely want to sell that. Like I definitely want to send that to you. Like.
Yeah, so
put that in there. Send a link to rock collection. Let's not call it rock collection, right? Let's call it like something entirely better. But okay, for sure. Any suggestions of like besides a rock collection? If I didn't want to chat GPT.
Yeah, dude, it's all about selling yourself. You know, it's really what it comes down to is having that excitement, being like, hey man, check this out. I just got into, you know, doing this stuff. I switched up my whole deal, and I'm actually doing my artwork that I've been doing for years, and I've transferred that to a new medium. I'm doing this on rocks. I take time to go out into nature and find particular rocks that will
source like
transfer well to my form of artwork. And it's your excitement. Is, you know, if you convey your excitement and you know get that other person to engage in that, that's where you're at, man. That's what helps.
Yeah, that's incredible. Now I see. Now I see why you're in sales. You sold me. You sold me
on that. On the side of things where it's like, you know, just kind of trying to, you know, just be real, like scam people, fuck people over on shit, and you might get like maybe one out of
But that's not how
25
you
people.
grow like a real business. Like
Exactly. If you're gonna be excited about what you're doing, I wouldn't even say, "Hey, I'm selling these for $1,000." Say like, "Hey, man, you know what? I got my artwork. I've got options for things of all kinds, like, and pitch it like, hey, you got a family member that's got a birthday, Father's Day, Mother's Day, whatever, holidays coming up, shit like
personalized
that.
rocks is crazy.
And dude, there's people that sell fucking potatoes with like notes on them. Like it's all how you wanna sell it.
It's just crazy because it's so. I just watched a YouTube video about potatoes, like, but no, for real. So, personal rocks is like another avenue.
So yeah, there's actually I play a lot of golf. I don't know if you're into golf, probably not. But there's at one of the local golf courses where I work at, where I do lessons on the side. There's the ladies club, and they paint rocks for any of the ladies once they pass away. And then they have these rocks underneath this one tree, and it's got so and so's name on it.
That sounds depressing, though.
So, it's kind of depressing, but I mean, dude, there's so many different things you can do, and so many different ways to mark that. If painting on rocks is your passion,
No, for real.
What I'd say for real is like if this is just like some idea that just kind of came up while you're smoking a blunt, like I mean, cool. But if it's something you're passionate about, if you're like, if you love painting,
yeah, it's like awesome.
Like, well, dude, just try to convey that excitement that you have for it, and try to share what you get from it. Because if you're just handing somebody some rock, I mean, I'm gonna be honest, it's like that sounds depressing.
No,
but if it's exciting and it's fucking cool, or it's got something special to it, like that might, you can convey that to somebody else, and they'd be excited and stoked about it. Anyways,
that's tough.
Where do you live at, man?
Chicago.
Right on. I'm not in Colorado.
That's why the rocks that I sourced are so valuable, because they're ethically sourced natural minerals, like that have been like smoothened out, like if that's even the right word, but like
are they like river rocks?
They're like Lake Michigan rocks.
Okay.
So, I feel like the Lake Michigan part, that's kind of cool. And then, and also like, I also kind of like use AI to like come up with the design for the rocks. I kind of like take a look at the rocks personally, see what comes to me, and then like use AI to help me like get the image on there, and then
for sure,
something like that. And then I never really had the confidence or the courage, or never thought it was actually possible to like make a living off of like doing like arts or painting. But I've always had a real passion for like art and paintings, and so kind of seeing the power of the internet and the digital era, with AI and everything that's possible. It's really cool to see that, in today's age you could really make a living off of your passion. And so that I'm trying to use that as an example for people in the community to go from, to take a step further into that direction of, starting a side hustle online, or you know using tech in other ways that benefit their lives other than, you know like IPTV providers or some shit. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so that's why I'm like, it's kind of cool being able to take this idea and present it to people. And I feel like that's where my passion's really coming from, is like kind of just seeing like, wow, it's kind of, I enjoy doing it. It's fun, and it proves that, you can use tech to, empower your your own economy as well as the economy, for everybody else. And um that's kind of why when you're like, oh, who are you with, I said that the AI NFP, because that's kind of the direction I'm going from here on out. And I appreciate you taking that time to kind of help me with that and develop that for them.
Yeah, so I mean, now that you kind of like told me a little bit more about yourself, where your idea came from, that you're trying to incorporate AI or whatever, and I mean, you got me interested. I'm looking at my text message, waiting for this link to come in. Like, I want to see what you got. Like, now you have me interested. You know what I mean? And most people's attention span lasts for 10 seconds or less. So, I mean, if you can grab them in 10 seconds,
Let me send that to you right now. Hold on, let me see.
like, you can say a lot in 10 seconds. But you need to be, like, to the point and concise and genuine. And, one cool idea is to give you something to ponder. There's like, let's say maybe you're working with like slightly larger rocks or whatever.
Right.
Around here where I live, there's all sorts of little like hippie people and whatnot. If you were to like say take your rocks and like do your artwork and just put like say do 100 of them,
Right.
and just put them like around your city randomly where somebody's gonna find them, and then put like a link to your Instagram or a link to your page or wherever they're gonna find your stuff at, and then have like your larger versions of what you do. You know what I'm saying?
What?
Just become an interesting way for
That's
people
insane.
to be
That's
able to
insane.
find your stuff, and then they would feel like they have something special. So you're like, oh shit, not everybody's gonna even know about this. Like, I just found this rock, and this has got this link on it, and I'm like, seeing this artwork, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, like,
It'd be kind of cool.
like, and then like maybe some like posters.
So how are you using AI for your designs on these? That's just a genuine question.
Genuine question. Like, did you see the rocks I just sent?
Yep.
Okay. So the first one, or like the lightest one on there, towards like the center of the image.
Yeah, like the little dinosaur looking T-Rex skull.
Yep.
Thing.
So I literally just took a photo of the rock and then said, hey, I want to make this like a dinosaur, because that's what I was seeing. And then it literally transformed the rock into a rock with a dinosaur on it.
Okay, and then you just kind of like.
But then no, not even trace it. Just like use it as like a point of reference. And then
right, yeah.
And then so like it came in color though, and it looked like a lot of color. I'm like, all I have is like black paint. And then so it made it all black and white. And then so it kind of helped me like see like what